And here we are, back to square one. Everything that we thought was real turned out to be a vision created by the Scarlet Witch. I mean, Peter, Thor, everybody had a vision, but none more realer than Tony's. Now he has to make sense of it. Iron Man explained to Cap and Thor, we made it this time, but there's something coming and we need to get ready. Thor said, well, I need to go home because Asgard has been unprotected all this time I've been here. Go ahead, Thor. I mean, this is Earth. We have the Avengers. We'll be fine. And meanwhile, in space, the Guardians were trying to come up with a new plan on how to collect the Infinity Stones. Man, we can search for them, but nobody knows where they are. Well, I have an idea. We're going to go back and visit that man, the guy that had all that information about the Infinity Stones, and see if he can give us some clues on where to look. I mean, that's something you can do, right? And it's funny, Thor explained, on my way back to Asgard, I got a little confused and mixed up, and now I find myself here. Exactly where am I? Feel like I make mistakes all the time, just trying to get back to Asgard. Well, you're far ways from Asgard, said Surtur, and he's still alive. Surtur's been around for the beginning. Used to fight against Odin, Thor's father. I am Asgard's doom, said Surtur. I will bury my sword deep in the heart of Asgard and burn it. And that's funny because I've been having this strange dream with fire everywhere all over Asgard and you at the center of it. And you have seen Ragnarok. And he hits Thor with a flame from his sword. But just before he knew it, Thor had got the advantage and Surtur was easily defeated. With Surtur defeated, Thor back on Asgard, and he finds Loki here. Loki, what the hell are you doing here? I mean, you're supposed to be banished. And our heroes finally met up with the old man to ask him about the Infinity Stones. I mean, Gamora explained, we need more information. We need to know, where were they last seen? Yes, where were they last seen? Said Rocket. We'll collect these Infinity Stones and bring them back to you. Star-Lord said, yeah, I've already collected one. What the hell? Meanwhile, back on Earth, Tony explains to Cap, man, we need to build a suit of armor so it can be around the world for every country, every city, you know, to protect the world. And Cap explained to Tony, that don't sound like protection. It sounds like you're taking their freedom. I mean, anytime you try to win a war before it starts, nothing works. But we're going to have to do something because something's coming. A new threat arises. Hela, this is Thor's sister. He didn't even know she existed. And now she comes to claim Asgard. Well, it didn't take long for both Thor and Loki to figure out that she's more powerful than them by a long shot. And she said she is here to make things right. She, the rightful ruler of Asgard, bow before your queen. And of course, Thor and Loki will never bow before her. Thor threw his hammer, only to watch it get shattered like glass. This is a real threat. See, Hela was a real threat. She was stronger than both Thor and Loki. And in her attempts to kill both, she lost them in the bridge. Loki, Thor, never been faced with something like this before. But now, Hela's here on Asgard. And Thor and Loki both lost. Thor wakes up in a chair, not knowing exactly where he is, but he's on Sakaar, and his host, the Grand Master. He tells Thor that he's home now and that he will be going nowhere. Thor tries to break loose, and the Grand Master laughs and says, "Well, you call yourself the God of Thunder, but I only see sparkles out of your fingers." Meanwhile, back on Earth, Cap tries to explain to Iron Man something needs to be done. Iron Man says the Avengers need to be put in check, and I'm game for anything. Well, meanwhile, back in space, the Collector has his first stone delivered by the Guardians, and oh, is he excited. It's beautiful. It's the Power Stone. The Infinity Stones will find their way to me. Oh yeah. And Rocket said we'll get paid in the process. So, what's next? Well, you'll have to recover the rest of the Infinity Stones. Well, this one wasn't too hard, says Star-Lord. So, we should go to nowhere. Gamora explained going to nowhere may be a mistake because others will be seeking the stones as well. Well, back to Thor. Thor demands to be released so he can go to Asgard and defend it versus Hela. But Hela's already in Asgard. And, well, she's making her footprint, making her presence felt. She's now ruling Asgard with no Loki, no Thor, no Odin. It's just her. Back on Earth, well, Fury knows something's wrong. He knows that there's alien shapeshifters on the Earth. He tried to tell Cap, but it's hard because he don't know who he can trust. So basically he left it at that. He told Cap, don't trust no one. Then he went looking for his answers. Where did these aliens come from? Shapeshifters. And how can we find them? Well, on his way back, he got his answer. The Winter Soldier is back in town, and he's been sent after Nick Fury. He was told Nick Fury had information on the shapeshifters, and he's not sharing it. So it needs to be removed. Cannot be trusted. So, Bucky makes his move, and he tries to eliminate Nick Fury, only to be interrupted by Cap on his way back from Tony's house. Well, Cap is just in time to save Fury, but who is this guy? Never seen him before, but, well, he seems to be very adept at what he does, and that's assassinations. He's trying to kill Fury, and now Cap is in his way. Well, he's trying to kill Cap now. Cap, never seen nobody as quick as this guy. This guy is very methodical with his movements. But meanwhile, back in space, Thor finds Loki, and he tries to explain to the Grand Master that Loki is his brother. Well, Loki denies it. and continues on with their karaoke. The Grandmaster is very strange. He rules this planet. And if you didn't know any better, you would think that, well, he was evil. But anyway, he's holding Thor. Loki is laughing because he's free to go and come as he please, as long as he doesn't acknowledge Thor as his brother. Anyway, back on Earth, Iron Man is getting caught up in his work. Him and Banner, they both have Loki's scepter, and they believe that there's an Infinity Stone inside of it. If they work together, they believe that they can unlock its secrets. Well, this may be true, but unknowingly, they opened the door, Pandora's box. Well, Ultron was born from the use of the Infinity Stone connected to Jarvis, and now you have an alien AI. Well, in space, the Guardians are trying to get more Infinity Stones, but they're captured, and now they're going to have to spend time in jail for trying to steal information on Infinity Stones. Well, Star-Lord, Rocket, and the rest of the Guardians are going to be, well, locked up. Well, that won't be for long. Rocket breaks out of jail quite easily. Now, Doctor Strange starts to look into the future to try to find out exactly what did he see in the last war. Well, he understands that he must go to the dark dimension and he must confront Dormammu before he can come to Earth and take over. So he goes to the dark dimension and he finds Dormammu. He tells him, "You are not welcome on Earth and do not come back, or I will use this Infinity Stone and I will trap you in a time loop." Dormammu never heard of such nonsense. He looked at this man standing in his dimension and he could just only think, "You're dead." Well, Iron Man searching for what's left of Ultron, try to fix a problem that he caused. Ultron, a killer robot, bent on human extinction. Well, Tony found him and dealt with him. And now Thor is finally getting to the point where maybe he can free himself from the evil Grandmaster. He only likes Thor for sport. He wants him to fight in this arena. But Thor don't have time for such madness. So he tries to get away, but only witness to such atrocities done by an evil Grandmaster as he shows his authority and tells Thor, "You're going nowhere." Once on Sakaar, always on Sakaar. No one leaves, unless he says so. Well, Ant-Man felt like he has an idea. He felt like the Infinity Stones are spread throughout the Earth, right? If we can use quantum energy, maybe we can find out exactly where they're located and we can gather the ones that are on Earth. Well, long before we have any problems. Well, this sounds like a good idea. So their team goes into action and they try to gather information using quantum energy on the Infinity Stones. Hank Pym knows this is dangerous and he knows Tony Stark is not to be trusted. So they work alone. Well, back to the Winter Soldier. The Winter Soldier is trying again to get rid of Captain America and Nick Fury. But he understands Cap must be gone out of the way. Must be removed from the equation. So him and Cap meet again, this time in a deadly battle. The Cap go blow for blow with the Winter Soldier. And Cap is confused because he never faced someone quite like this before. Black Panther jumps in to try to help out because, hey, this guy's a little bit too much. So the Avengers are basically forced to deal with this threat, this Winter Soldier, this super soldier. And will he find Nick Fury? Will he kill Nick Fury? Will he remove Cap from the equation? Well, not this time. The Winter Soldier is forced to retreat when interference from other Avengers prevented him from killing Captain America. But this is not over. Well, they thought he was gone, but he hadn't even arrived yet. Well, it's time to find these Infinity Stones before they, get out of my sight. I've been watching for a while and I know where they are, at least most of them. Thor said, I have to get out of here, as he watched the man melt next to him. Oh my God, the smell. Well, it didn't take much for Thor to outsmart the guards and get out of Sakaar. With the help of his brother Loki, they escape and head back to Asgard, where they hope to face their sister Hela. And Hela's there waiting, ruler of Asgard. Well, what's next? Well, a great battle is fought as Hela is already in Asgard and her strength is getting stronger and stronger. Soon she'll be unmatched, while on Earth, the Skrulls make their presence felt. They say, we need the Infinity Stones. We have to have them. Nick Fury's having a bad day. So, are the Skrulls evil or are they good? Well, Talos is a shapeshifter, and so are the rest of the Skrulls. So we really don't know what they have in mind, but Captain Marvel do. She's been fighting Skrulls for a long time, and basically, she's back on Earth to do just that, to prevent them from getting these Infinity Stones, or at least this one. Well, the Skrulls say they need it. Well, they're gonna have to go through Captain Marvel to get it. She's ready, willing, and able, receiving her powers from an Infinity Stone. And now it seems like her powers are unlimited. It's incredible which direction this is going. She fights her way through the Skrulls, protecting the Infinity Stone, and hopefully to give Earth an opportunity. But Ross, he sees super soldiers everywhere. You feel like Captain America is out of control. Cap is no longer following orders. And now, you have Bucky. You want to arrest him? I'll arrest you. And arrest the Avengers. So now, what we have is a secret war. A battle between the Skrulls and the Earthlings. Captain Marvel and the Skrulls. And now, you have Ross hunting our heroes. Basically calling them villains. So, it's all over these Infinity Stones, Captain Marvel said. We have to do whatever it takes to protect them. Meanwhile, Hela knows that Thor's back on Asgard and is hell-bent on finding him. Thor feels like Hela is not fit to sit on the throne of Asgard and will stop at nothing to stop her. And then the great battle begins. Hela tells her troops to destroy Thor, the god of thunder. He reached deep down inside and he found what was missing all this time, the power of Thor. Yeah, he looked like Odin out there as he defended Asgard and its people. But back on Earth, well, Earth didn't have the same defense as Asgard, as two strangers arrived, demanding the Infinity Stones.
PC to Raymond.
He said, thank you. You should all give thanks that your worthless lives are being taken by the children of Thanos. We are here to collect the Infinity Stones, and none of y'all can stop us. Turn over the stones, Stone Keeper. Well, Doctor Strange, I have no intentions on turning over the stone. Matter of fact, Asgard is being destroyed as Surtur joins the battle versus Hela. Thor, this battle will never end. Ragnarok, well, it's upon us. And now Asgard will face his doom in the form of Surtur. He waited for so long to fulfill his destiny, to bring an end to Asgard. And that he did. Hela couldn't stop him, Thor couldn't stop him, Loki couldn't stop him, and now Asgard is no more. And all around the universe, people heard about this. Rocket said we made a grave mistake by turning that Infinity Stone over to the Collector. We must get it back, and we must take it to Xandar where it belongs, where it'll be protected from the likes of Thanos. Well, our heroes on Earth find themselves in a battle to protect the Infinity Stone that's draped around Doctor Strange's neck, to protect the Earth. Well, these are our only protectors. Doctor Strange, Iron Man, David Banner, and Wong. Well, we don't know exactly what direction this is going, but Iron Man has an idea. To be continued.